Hi everyone. So we're going to look into the divine masculine energies for the week of August 6th. And this week we have another partial solar eclipse in Leo with the Leo new moon on the 11th, and Uranus also goes retrograde. So another planet retrograde. It's really just a time to slow down. Uranus retrograde can cause even more chaos than when it's going forward, just because it kind of flips things. It kind of turns things upside down. If you are normally used to doing things one way or being one type of person, your whole mindset could be flipped upside down with Uranus in retrograde. So be very aware of how you're feeling, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be retrograde until January, so we'll get used to everything, and then it'll go direct again, and then we'll have to get used to the energy all over again. So not much else really. So we're going to look into the divine masculine energy for this week. We'll look in their headspace, their heart space, their environment, and then the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine this week. I do have the soulmate readings by sign up. They are done in the same exact way that I'm doing the divine masculine reading. We look into, like, for example, I'm a Virgo. We look into the Virgo's soulmate, headspace, heart space, environment. So pick your sign and it will tell you about what your soulmate is going through this week. Or you can get the entire playlist and save money, because usually looking at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus really helps. So if you get the playlist, you can save money doing all of that. So let's look into the divine masculine, general energies, what is in their headspace, divine masculine headspace for August 6th, the week of August 6th. Divine masculine headspace. A lot of karmic activity going on. So spread your wings. This is the Two of Wands. They want to make decisions. They want to go in a new direction. They want to take a new path. And they're actually thinking about this week. There's a very real need and push to want to make decisions in their life. They could be a little pulled back, a little reserved. If you're in contact, I do feel like with the Hermit card, they're kind of taking a time out, and probably so they can think about the decisions and the paths that they want to take. Doesn't have to do with the relationship per se. It could be in any areas of their life, but they're definitely needing to make new decisions, and they're feeling that pull to do that, to expand themselves in some way. And they may be taking some alone time to do it. And we have the Sun. So a lot of clarity, a lot of healing. The Sun really promotes a lot of healing. It also is kind of like, to me, it's like the awakening card. They could be going through a spiritual awakening and realizing that they need new directions in life, that the old ways just aren't working anymore. Four of Wands. They're also thinking about their stability. They could need to take new directions with stability, or with their, just like where they call home, you know, whatever their home environment means to them, and in relationships. So Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So again, more spirituality. The Hierophant speaks of, could be if they're in like a karmic marriage, they're having to make decisions about that marriage, or if they're in any kind of traditional karmic relationship, the divine masculine is making decisions. But they feel pretty alone in it with the Nine of Pentacles. It's like, but it's not like the woe is me kind of alone. It's like, I know I have to make this decision. I know that I'm the only person that can make this decision in my life. So let's see, what is the Hermit card for the divine masculine's headspace? Eight of Cups. So really pulling back, kind of journeying with themselves. The Eight of Cups to me is the journey of self-discovery. So, yeah, there's this pull within. They're really going within and thinking about their life and what it is that's no longer serving them emotionally and needing to make decisions about that. The Eight of Swords on the Sun. The Eight of Swords is kind of like an imprisonment of your own mind. So if they pull back too much or they isolate themselves too much, they could really get up in their head. And if they're going through a spiritual awakening or they're trying to find clarity on what direction to go in their life, they're really sitting in their head about it. Being very quiet, not saying a lot, not opening up a lot. And it does have to do with whatever home unit they have, whatever stability they feel they have in their life. Could be about, needing to move homes, and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like they're waiting to just be happy in their environment. They're like trying to get, like the Seven of Pentacles is like, oh my God, I've been waiting. I'm like patiently, I've been waiting to be happy and it's just not happening. And so I kind of feel like they're trying to find that happiness for themselves. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's like they're really trying to find that stability within themselves, knowing that that's the only place they're going to be able to find it, really. With the Nine of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles, so there you go. They feel really by themselves in gaining their independence or gaining their confidence in being stable. They want to have this stability, but it's like, I guess I'm just going to have to do this on my own. What is the Hierophant for the Divine Masculine's Headspace? The Devil. So, if they're married, they're feeling awfully trapped. If they're in a traditional relationship in any way, they're feeling really, really trapped and chained to this. And it's kind of almost in like an obsessive way, how, it's like they keep ruminating about, oh my God, I feel so trapped in this. And it doesn't, and maybe they feel trapped in, like if they're not in a relationship, they could feel very trapped within their spirituality. But they're having to also look at their shadow side. And I feel like if they're going through their awakening process right now, they're having to really reassess things in their life and what it means to grow and deal with, like the Devil is Capricorn energy. Saturn is in Capricorn. There's a lot of karmic activity going on right now. There's a lot of waking up that's happening as well. So, I feel like the Divine Masculine has really pulled back within themselves this week, or they will be pulling back because they know they need to take a new direction and they know that nobody else is going to be able to help them in that direction. They're going to have to do it on their own, make that decision on their own. So let's see. What is in the Divine Masculine's heart space for August 6th, week of August 6th, Divine Masculine's heart space? Pull from the middle. So we have another Wands card, Rest and Reconsider. So the Nine of Wands. So they're really guarded, and they're done fighting. I think they got this last week, actually. They've been done fighting for a very long time. Like, they're tired of the fight, they're tired of the struggle. And again, really needing to pull back, but I feel like this is in a very, very guarded way. So if you are in contact with your Divine Masculine, but you're not together and they do pull back from you this week, and I think I said this last week, don't take it personally. I feel like they are needing to reconsider some things in their life and reconsider the fact, like, do I really want to keep fighting for this, right? So we have the Hierophant again and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's this really big sense of lack in their life, whether it's in a relationship, marriage, spirituality even, you know, they feel like there's not, like they've lost control of everything. And there's this very real sense of lack within them. And when we have that sense of lack, it's hard to manifest anything. So really pulling back is probably the best thing for them to do right now, because they need to find that love within, love within themselves. And nobody else can find that for them but themselves. I mean, that's just kind of like, you can't get into a relationship or be with a person. Wow. And there's the King of Pentacles again. So whatever's going on in their head is also going on in their heart. There's a very big tie between their head space and their heart space. And it's almost like a stoic, ooh, that's too many. It's almost like a very stoic nature. Just need one or two more. There's one. It's almost like this very stoic nature, because they're not quite sure what to do, but they know that they can't keep going. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. They're really, whatever's going on in their head is also happening in their heart, which to me is because they're, even though it's not like the best message that's going on with them, the fact that they're balancing out, they're feeling their emotions, and they're thinking about their everything at the same time, the balance is good. I know that it's not the best message. I know that sounds really silly for me to say, but like looking at things in a different perspective, because they don't want to be stuck anymore. So they're kind of forcing themselves to look at things in a different way. The Hierophant, because they're so tired of the struggle. You know, so tired of the struggle. What is this Hierophant? And they want to have more stability. They want to have more confidence. The King of Pentacles. Here's my river guy. He was in the Divine Feminine reading too. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is very stable, right? So the Six of Pentacles on the Hierophant. Giving of yourself, maybe in situations, people, places, things that aren't really serving you. Or feeling like you're constantly giving so much of yourself to a situation that now you feel a sense of lack. And you're tired of that struggle. They're so tired of that struggle. Yeah. The defensiveness, the Seven of Wands, wow, too many. Man, the energy's just flying around here. The defensive nature that they have because they feel kind of like put out and feel like they're lacking in a lot of areas of their life is because they've given so much of themselves, they now have to put up boundaries. You know, they now have to put up boundaries. So King of Pentacles, and they're trying to find that strength within them, that stronghold within them to move forward. What is the King of Pentacles? Page of Wands. So they're definitely wanting to go in a new direction. And they may be receiving messages from like synchronicities, messages from the universe. They also may want to hear from the Divine Feminine. They could be waiting to hear from the Divine Feminine. But it's like they're not so super worried about it. They could want to also message the Divine Feminine. This is very similar energy to last week. I feel like it's very similar energy. So, Seven of Pentacles. What are they waiting on? What have they planted and it's just not really working out? It feels like it's taking forever. Seven of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Could be just stability all the way around. Could be stability like in their 3D worlds. Whatever it is that is like materially they're holding on to, they're tired of fighting for it. They're tired of like the constant battle of having to hold on to something or fix something that's no longer working. And then the Hanged Man. So what is this Hanged Man energy? Yeah, it's like the Six of Wands. They want to be recognized. They're tired of being stuck. They want to be victorious. They want to move forward. They want to move on. They're tired of fighting for something that's no longer working, and they want to go in a new direction. Definitely, their attitude is changing in how they look at the situations in their life. They know it's like they don't want to be complacent anymore. They don't want to just like keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again with no reward in the end, right? So the environment, Seven of Pentacles. And I always say that whatever's going on internally in your head and your heart, it's always going to play out in your 3D world. So if they don't make a decision, if they don't actively make a decision, the awaiting results, which is the Seven of Pentacles, they will continue waiting in their 3D world. And they're so tired of that waiting period. They're so tired of that holding pattern, waiting for something to happen. It's like, and I feel like they almost want to get messages from the universe. Like, where do I go? What do I do? Right? And then we have the Star in their environment. So there could be some healing going on with them. They could be balancing things out. The results that they've been waiting for, maybe they're getting them this week. Maybe their waiting has paid off. Waiting for the Divine Feminine, or waiting for work opportunities, or something that they've really been working towards. I also feel like this is a very healing energy, especially since, like, if they have pulled back and they're not really showing themselves in the 3D very much. Page of Pentacles, because they could also be learning a lot of new things. The Page of Pentacles to me is a lot of times as a student, they could be learning about their spirituality or healing and how to heal. But also really not feeling like they have enough to offer. And yeah, they're having some Tower moments this week. Things just aren't stable for them. And I feel like they've been in a holding pattern for so long that the Tower energy kind of has to come along and push them forward. And this could be Uranus going going retrograde for them. But in order to move forward, a lot of times we have to have that push, that Tower energy from the universe. And strength. So they're really being called to be strong this week and open themselves up to possibilities, and learn new ways of doing things. So let's see what the Star is. We have 3 major arcanas in their environment this week. So things are really playing out for them in order to move them in a new direction. And I think this Tower is probably the reason why they have to make a decision. Like, it's time. They can no longer just sit back and wait. So what is this Star energy? 2 of Pentacles. There's that decision, that balancing out. They have so much that they've been waiting for and waiting to do. They really need to change directions and start to heal and balance themselves in order to move forward. The Page of Pentacles, they may really feel that sense of lack. And Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. Again, they're not seeing this gift. It's like They feel like they're lacking in so many ways. They're not seeing this gift, this opportunity, this new abundance or new stability. They're almost blinded to it or in denial that they even deserve it. And if we don't like keep our eyes open, it's hard to see the gift, and it's hard to receive the gift if we don't keep our eyes open. You know? So 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands so far. Really a lot of decisions being made. And they may feel a sense of lack because of the Tower energies. Really heartbroken. 3 of Swords. In their environment, something is ending in their environment. Whether it's like things are just falling away. It's really a very sad feeling. As I picked up these 2 cards, it was like crushed, totally crushed. But something was so unstable in their life that now they have to go. They're being forced to go in a new direction. They're being forced to make a decision and go in a new direction and let things fall away. And it's because they've been waiting for so long. You know, sometimes when you're at a standstill and you're waiting for the universe to come along, the universe will be like, all right, well, if you're not going to do it, it is my turn. And they're being called to be very strong right now. So strength. What is strength? We have the Devil energy again. Being strong around toxicity. Letting the toxicity fall away. But also that chained feeling, you know. And having to be strong through all of this, all of the hurt and toxicity and pain. And the 2 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, by the way. I wasn't going to do the bottom of the deck, but I turned it upside down to see it, to set it down, and the 2 of Cups is at the bottom. So we've seen all the 2s now, really, through the reading. So let's see what the energy is between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. The week of August 6th. Energy between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Oh, all right. We got 2. I don't know what they are yet. Seek the Truth, which is the 7 of Swords, and the Darkest Fears, which is the 9 of Swords. Wow. Okay, so someone, whatever deception happens this week, or whatever feeling like I want to say the truth will set you free, but with your darkest, it's almost like somebody's afraid that the other one's letting go, and they're really up in their head about it. Either someone is walking away and letting go, or someone is afraid that they're going to walk away and let go. And really, really up in their head about it. So energy between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. 5 of Pentacles. Someone is feeling very, very left out this week and afraid that, and it could be that the Divine Masculine is fearful that the Divine Feminine is walking away. And they're feeling that sense of lack, or vice versa, however it's playing out in your world. But there is a cycle that's ending. And I was going to say that with the Darkest Fears, which is the 9 of Swords. It's a 9, right? So we're almost getting to the end of a cycle. So I feel like this cycle is actually playing out this week. And it's almost like somebody has to pull back, or somebody has to say, I cannot be of assistance to you. If you as the divine feminine have always been there for the divine masculine, and you're feeling like you need to walk away from this, they're very much feeling that in their energy. And I feel like they're worried about it. There's a very big fear of losing the divine feminine, of losing that connection. And this is something that really, like, the disengagement of when divine feminines have to disengage, you know, yeah, Ace of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So they are, I think this is the divine masculine being very afraid that they're losing the divine feminine, because they see the divine feminine as somebody who's very confident, stands in her power, very strong energy, and extremely passionate towards them. And with the Ace of Swords, this is like truth, you know, and this one is seek the truth. So it's almost like, I'm seriously, like, let me be clear about this, right? Like, there's this very honest and real, and there could be communication happening, and it could be that the divine feminine is like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, whatever, you know. But someone is feeling very put out, someone is feeling very left out. What is the Five of Pentacles for the energy between the divine masculine? Oh, there it is. Yeah, someone's feeling left out of the connection. Two of Cups on the Five of Pentacles. The connection is there, but there's like the sense of lack. And I think because if the divine feminine has disengaged or the divine masculine has disengaged, somebody is very afraid that the other one is walking away, or afraid that they're going to lose that person. So what is the World? And again, this could be, you guys could be mirroring each other's energy. You could both be very fearful. If there is a fear of somebody walking away, or you're disconnecting from the divine, you're not disconnecting, but disengaging from the energy, somebody needs to open up and communicate. I feel like there's a need for communication. And if there isn't any communication, then walk away. There's no need to engage in something that's going to bring this kind of energy in. I mean, that Nine of Swords, there's no reason to be in the Nine of Swords, because that's like losing sleep and really upset, kind of like in depressed mode almost. So what is on the World? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Somebody's got to do this on their own. And it's interesting because in the heart space of the divine masculine was the Nine of Pentacles. And so I feel like he's having to do things and start this new cycle on his own. And that's really scary for him. Whatever is ending in his environment, there's a fear of having to do things alone. But I also think that that's kind of like a lesson that he's had to learn, that he's not always going to have the divine feminine's energy or support or push forward, because sometimes the divine feminine has to disengage to work on herself, right? So let's see, Ace of Swords. And I think that might be where the fear is that he's going to have to do this on his own. And he's never fully alone. That's the thing. Is this Two of Cups is saying, even though you feel like you're kind of being left out of this connection right now, that Two of Cups stands pretty strong. Like, it's not going anywhere. He just feels like it's going somewhere. So, Ace of Swords. What is the Ace of Swords? Seven of Wands. Try not to put up so many defenses that there can't be any communication between the two of you. But I also feel like somebody is standing very, very strong in their truth. And could be standing very, very strong in communicating the truth. Whatever that means. That could be the divine masculine is standing very strong in communicating his truth, and the other way around. And then the Queen of Wands for the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I was going to pull that card, but let's see. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. It flew out. There we go. King of Swords on the Queen of Wands. So, again, really standing in his truth. But the thing is, he's being so logical about things and logical about the connection and who the divine feminine is to him. He's super up in his head. And I think that's where the fear is. When we get up in our head and we let our ego get involved, which I feel like the King of Swords is a lot of ego. When that happens, it can get very scary, you know? So, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting energies between the divine feminine and the divine masculine this week. So, I feel like there is a need to communicate. There might be some blockages there, though, with the Seven of Wands. But the connection is still very real. And I don't want you to think that the connection isn't real, even if it feels like it's lacking in some way. This could be the divine feminine's energy, too, being very scared of having to walk away, or the divine masculine is walking away or leaving the situation, leaving the connection this week. Somebody feels very quite alone in their cycle that they're completing, but I feel like it's a very karmic pattern. This is a karmic cycle that needed to happen. And stand very tall. And like the decisions that you make this week, make sure you're making them for the right reasons and for yourself. Like, don't do it in a way that is just going to kind of like stretch out the karmic activity, like if you need to disengage, but you feel guilty about doing it, really stand firm and say, I need to have this time to myself. I need to disengage, right? Okay. All right, guys, I love you. I'll be in Austin, Texas next Friday evening. Please come see me. I would love to meet everyone. The link for those tickets are below. If you get the tickets at the door, they will be $10 more. So I suggest getting the tickets on the Eventbrite link. And also there are in-person readings for the entire weekend that I'll be in Austin. Make sure you check those out as well. I love you all so much. I will see you next week. Bye.